Hi, Sagittarius. It's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have a tarot reading. We do, Sagittarius. Yes, we also have an alert here, a cool alert about the nodes, right? That we'll talk about in just a minute. And if you would like your own free 5-minute psychic reading, you may get one. Click on the link with Mystic Sense. And that link is below as And if you would like a reading with me, you may get one of those. And I have a few readings on my About tab here on my YouTube page. And yeah, and so we have psychic readings, we have video chat readings, where kind of like what we're doing now, like a video. Well, this is going to be a pre-recorded video, but a video, a live video call, we have that. And we also have the promotional video for $60. It's a 30-minute video link. Yeah, and that is sufficient, right? The fun readings are the one-on-one and the psychic readings. Yeah, you can go check that out if you want. I would always recommend getting a psychic reading before a tarot reading. And yeah, you could be thinking, well, maybe you want to, you want to get both readings for yourself or something like that. But the truth is, it's just a lot of fun. And the psychic reading has a little bit different insight as to what the cards are telling. Yeah, let's get into it. And Sagittarius, we see a tug of war going on. And these two women here, they're angry. And they call this the King of Swords. That's what they call it in this particular deck. They can call it what they want. They wrote it, right? And it's interesting, those two women, somebody could be fighting here, or because we have politics and we have this man here. He's pretty sinister, right? He's wearing a mask, just like these people who are, top down. They're wearing a mask. I'm a nice person. I'm a philanthropist. Oh, for sure. Yeah, sure you are. Of course, they got to come out as nice, right? Of course, they have to appeal to some people, but and be nice, or we're going to do this, right, for you, whatever. But the politics card, we also see the snake. He's ready to bite. And this politics card, it's interesting how they call it politics, right? And I'm talking about, yeah, okay. But, this guy, he has this mask here of the very nice, like, Chinese man here, or Asian man, right? Okay. It's a very nice mask, and here he is, sinister as hell. This card, with these people fighting, that politics card is really the Seven of Swords in that particular deck. It is. And let's look at that briefly if we can. Yeah, if we can't, it's okay. Because, I don't want to labor and looking for this book. No, I don't. But let's see what we have, you guys. And here's the book. And that is the Seven of Swords. It's a very interesting card, because I feel like somebody in this reading realizes that they were a real schmo. Yeah, a real schmuck, a real jerk, things like that. I'm pretty sure they do. Let's look at that politics card, right? Yeah, let's see what we have. Yeah. Politics, really the original meaning of the police and the politics. This is all about making policies, right? They're supposed to serve the people because we pay taxes, but that's a different story altogether. Let's look at the entirely different, right? Yeah, and they call this the Seven of Clouds, right? Yeah, we don't mean beautiful clouds, we mean clouds that are going to bring rain. So this is the Seven of Clouds or Swords, and let's look at that card, Sagittarius. Yeah, And this is anybody who can be a good pretender, a hypocrite, will become your leader politically. This is all true. I remember reading this. Will become your priest religiously. No, we're not down on, if you love the priest, that's fine. But they are talking about control, hypocrisy, and greed, corruption. Yeah. And so we didn't really come into this reading to talk about that, Sagittarius, but somebody here was a good pretender or a liar in the past. I feel like they were. So now, the next card we have here, yeah, this says, if you want to see the reality of the politician, you will have to see him from his back door. Yeah, everything's done through the back door. Everything on TV is the front door, shown through the front door, but yeah. But, you know, understanding this reading, Sagittarius, because this is more important, it is, is somebody here realizes we have understanding next to it. And these birds are leaving this kind of little prison here where they have been in this kind of cage. They're leaving. This is understanding. And these are all doves. Yeah. And doves are about hope and love and, you know, and hope, love, and faith and things like that. Yes, I know that because the church I always went to was, they always had a dove there, right, for hope and faith. Yeah, it was really beautiful. Yeah, and I didn't go to the church where they talked about control because I would have got up and, you know, and slammed them. Yeah, I would have. But, you know, basically, yeah. So understanding, somebody really understands here that they have been a real jerk. Yeah, we have the period of prosperity and abundance, the bread. All right, good, because you need bread to live. You need it. Yeah, you do. And although they have changed that too. Yeah, and love. We have love, Sagittarius. We do love. And the Queen of Wands is here is creativity. It's possible, Sagittarius, sorry, that you guys are also possibly understanding. This is about love where somebody, I feel like, is coming forward to birth a situation. We have that card here. And we see, I don't know if this is an egg or not, but it doesn't matter. It's to birth a situation with you, and it is to birth a new beginning because we have love. But this may also be for you. You could have self-love. Once you have self-love, you can do anything, right? Yeah, you can fly above. You could, you know, that thing that you wanted to do when you were really young that looks so distant, like so remote. You're like, oh, that looks too hard. Is that really in reach? Now, with self-love, you could be going, hey, I can go get that. Yeah. Move out of my way, gently move out of my way. Let me go get that, right? But this could also be about your creativity, Sagittarius, because here's the Queen of Wands, and here she is. It's the beautiful African woman. Yeah, she is. And she's wearing this beautiful yellow dress. I love yellow. I can't find yellow in the store. I look good in yellow because my skin's kind of golden. But I'm not trying to toot my own horn here about skin color. I'm just saying that I can't find any yellow clothing in the store. No, they always have the same blue, and yeah, they do. And I'm wearing it right now, right? Yeah. So Sagittarius, though, the Queen of Wands here is holding the giant sunflower. But this is about creativity. That's what they call it. And this could be about your creativity. You have like gained some major self-love, like, you know, raised your consciousness, and you're like, why did I doubt myself about that before? I don't need to be doubting myself, right? Because I can do it, right? Yeah, I am, you know, a divine being. I can reach for whatever it is I really want, but I have to love myself first. Yeah. And if everybody has to do that first, right? And talking about the North Node, Sagittarius, let's talk a little bit about the North Nodes because they're changing on the 17th of July. And some of you know I'm studying astrology. And so with the nodes changing, it's going to change from Scorpio and Taurus to Libra and Aries. So it goes backwards, right? Aries is the first sign, so we're going back, but Aries in the North Node is about your fate. So people are going to be asserting themselves about kind of what they are fated for, or they're moving towards what they were kind of supposed to go toward. But for Sagittarians, it's going to be affecting us in the 5th house of creativity. Yeah, because of, you know, Aries and Libra. And so for the North Node, it will be affecting us in, you know, the house of Leo, which is creativity. It can be love. We have love here. It can be children. Maybe you guys want to have children, right? But, you know, you're going to be taking action or having courage or asserting yourself, right? Because of Aries, the North Node is changing into Aries, but it will affect you in your 5th house of creativity, which is Leo. Yeah. It could also affect you with your leadership. You could be taking, because Leo is about leadership. It is. And creativity and love and children, it could be. And also, but you're moving away from, it's affecting us. Libra is going to be the South Node. This is what we usually move away from, or what we learn from, to move toward the North Node. So, you know, with Libra being, you know, the South Node, which we are like leaving or moving away from or learning from, you know, this is the house of partnerships. It can be well-being as well, you know, because Libra is justice, right? You know, kind of a balance, right? But it's definitely about partnerships, Libra. And so, you know, but it's affecting you guys in the 11th house. That's how it is. The 11th house is the house of friendship and relationships as well. It is. It could be because of the friendship aspect. Aquarius is, you know, it's really important for them to have friends. And it's very important for Libras to have friends too. And so what this can mean, though, is that somebody could come back from the past, or you could have closure about somebody from the past. You could be leaving friends that no longer serve you. And it doesn't mean that they have done anything necessarily wrong. Yeah. It could mean that, you know, your heart is all wrapped up in something else and they're not even remotely interested in that, or maybe supporting you or something like that. You could be really using your time wisely and like letting go of friendships that aren't kind of in your, that have nothing to do with what you are trying to move forward or what you are feeling now in your life. Yeah, it could be. So let's get into it here. That was kind of a little bit long here. It's all really interesting. It is, right? Yeah. Let's see what we have here. It's interesting how they call the North Node about, you know, they describe it about fate, right? And, you know, in life, or maybe not in life, well, yeah, in life, but, you know, we always talk about going to the North Pole or the North Star, right? We always do, even, you know, yeah. And so, right, even, you know, they always, even when, you know, to go visit baby Jesus, follow the North Star. Yeah, all this stuff, right? Back in the day, 200 years ago, I feel like they were saying that go north. Yeah, follow the North Star for freedom, right? It's all really related. It is. Although they try to unrelate things, you know, these top-down people. Yeah, they try to confuse so many ways. But let's get into it, Sagittarius, and let's see what we have. And we have the Nine of Pentacles here in the pre-shuffle, right? You know, I could have just said, you know, hey, somebody wants to be single, right? But, you know, this is interesting because this can be about both. In this reading, Sagittarius, so some of you guys are really going toward, you're really having an understanding about your self-love is really kind of bringing you towards your real fated, maybe career, maybe it's a person, but whatever you are really fated to do here could be, you could have, this politics card for some, you could have done this to yourself, possibly. Yeah, no digs, right? Because, you know, we're not here to bother anybody, of course not, but you could have done this to yourself, this politics card. You could have been wearing a mask of who you are. It could be because of childhood wounds, right? And you could be saying, what? But, you know, childhood wounds can be, King of Wands here, childhood wounds can be anything that we have learned, but we didn't even know it wounded us. Could have been some old limiting belief that somebody told you, because, you know, all our people who came from the old country mostly came with limiting beliefs, most of them, right? Even if they said we came to America to make our dreams come true, right? If they're trying to take that dream away, yeah, these people, oh, hell yeah, they are. And, you know, yeah, they are. But, you know, even all our, you know, our ancestors came, a lot of our ancestors came, or people came to this country in the past to live a better life, right? But they still, some of them, like, I'm going to go live my dream, they still came with like these limiting beliefs, right? Oh, just work hard, go work at the factory for the rest of your life, and oh my God, right? Don't go work in a factory. Try to not to, all right? Because chemicals, and you can lose your hand, and, you know, the assembly line. Try not to do any of that, you guys. And we are to kind of, what's the word? If you have to do that temporarily, it's fine. But we are too advanced for that. Yeah, here, right? Yeah. Let's get into it, Sagittarius, and the Ten of Pentacles. And yeah, see what we got here. The Hermit, the Chariot, Temperance, the Devil, and Judgment. So, you know, maybe there's Scorpio, Cancer, Virgo, Capricorn, and you, right? But that is 5 majors here, right? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, it is. And 50%, excuse me, you guys, of the reading is a major. This is a major reading, and something's really going on here. This isn't like day to day and la-di-da, and something major is going to happen here. And most likely, Sagittarius, it's rebirth for you. Now, remember I said this could be self-love or about a relationship, or it could be both, right? So you could be going through an awakening here, and you are being reborn, and it's with the self-love, and maybe you have felt the divine, felt the love, or felt changes. It could have been a disturbing awakening for some. This is kind of how it happens sometimes. Usually, if you watch these people who have become empaths, and they could have been born like that maybe, but a lot of them have like near-death experiences or some terrible awakening. And what I mean by that, disturbing, like, oh shit, right? Or something really bad happens, but out of that, they realize their own divine power and who they really are. And maybe you have done this, but you do have rebirth, is my whole point. And you have the 10 of Pentacles here. You could be waiting for somebody maybe to free themselves. We have the Devil. He's got these people chained. But I feel like you are not really chained at all. This could be about somebody else. Maybe somebody could have been chained here, kind of restricted, and that has helped them as well. It could have helped you, Sagittarius. Once we realize that we have been chained or restricted, this is when we the little red light goes off, or the light bulb, and we go, oh no, I don't have to do this, right? So maybe this happened, but I feel like for some, this is definitely about love, where somebody really loves you. Yeah. And I didn't talk about the bread card that much. Here they are showing, the beautiful bread. When I was a kid, they used to have bread at the store. I think it was Payless. Maybe it was White Front. I forget the name of the store, but for 10 cents, it was really good. I'm sure it wasn't good for you. It was a big white loaf with, no grains, no wheat in it, right? It was just completely white, right? And you know how they have that expression, the whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead. Yeah. And so, of course, right, this is why white bread was so kind of popular, right? People didn't know this is not really good for you. And you can eat it once in a while, you guys, but the whole idea of bread was for sustenance and also fiber. Yeah. And so if you're eating that kind of bread on a regular basis, yeah, it's not good, right? And they put a bunch of chemicals. It's usually genetically modified, and so in fact it is, unless you are buying organic. So let's get back to this, Sagittarius. But you have prosperity and abundance right here. So when we talk about abundance, Sagittarius, we talk about money could be, but abundance can be anything that is abundant. Love, everything is showering on you with abundance, love, money, financial gain, possibly material possessions. We all need some material possessions. Yeah, we do. Maybe back in the day you didn't need as many, but you do. You need a car for the most part. You need a house, with modern day appliances, and try to hold on to them, because there is just try to hold on to them. And let's see, that's a whole subject here. I feel like, Sagittarius, you are waiting for somebody to turn their back on a chapter in their life. I'm pretty sure you are. Maybe that person could be married, but it looks like you are waiting for that. You could be turning your back on somebody here, maybe for your own future. This is a big change and like an awakening situation here. This awakening could have happened a long time ago. We have the 7 of Cups in the past. I feel like a choice has already been made for you, Sagittarius, for you, by you. And your mindset is the 5 of Swords, or what's on your mind here. Now, this is usually a victory and a loss. You definitely want to win something here, Sagittarius. You do. Maybe you want somebody to kind of defeat a situation. But whatever is showing up here, it looks like it is basically meant for you. It does. And this understanding here is an awakening. We see the birds flying out of the bars, right? Their little jail here. And and then here was the birth card. You're getting right next to creativity. You're going to burst something with somebody. In the near future is Gemini, is not Gemini, but could be. It doesn't have to. It can be any sign. I'm saying that because these readings are for everybody who resonates with. Is the Hermit? He's holding the light, right? And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Maybe your person's Virgo, possibly, but. Regardless, this is spiritual growth. I feel like your person, whoever with this awakening, this is like fate and destinies coming into your. Maybe it's a creative, because remember the nodes are changing, right? And so Aries is about the fate. Not Aries, but the North Node is about the fate. And so with Aries as the North Node, we're going to be moving into our courage. And remember, it's going to affect us in the 5th house, which is creativity and love. So you could be fated to be in a love relationship with somebody, fated to create or get back to creative endeavors and, create something beautiful and abundant, because we have creativity, birth, and love all next to each other. We do. Such a cool reading. Your concern is the Chariot and the 4 of Cups. You could be leaving something here. That's usually what the North nodes talk about, the nodes rather. This could be your concern. And here's the man pouring. He's not pouring it out here, but he doesn't want this offer. He's completely asleep. He has 3 cups here, and the divine hand says, wake up, you can have this offer. And he ignores it, or he's sleeping. He's either bored, or he is trying to be in quietude, possibly. But in your concern is the Chariot. I feel like for some of you, you could be taking control of your life and leaving something behind, rejecting something you're bored with now, or you want your person to leave somebody else behind. Yeah, and take control of their life. Because you look like you're going to birth a love relationship, a romantic relationship, but you also look like you're getting ready to create something for yourself, right? For your life, like your own career, creative endeavor, something like that, right? And Temperance shows up here in your environment. I feel like it's you, but I feel like there's a lot of spiritual growth here, because we have the Hermit, Temperance, and Judgment, and they're all angels. And then the Hermit is kind of a sort of if the United States could be called a down home spiritual guy, right? He lives up there in the United States. He lives in some broken down shack, but he's like, you know what? I'm not into this. Is not important to me, material, because of the spiritual awakening and the spiritual growth. And in your environment with Temperance is the Page of Cups. Here's your person bringing you a cup, Sagittarius. They're coming to tell you something. Yeah, I feel like I had an awakening. I have an understanding here about my life. I have an understanding that I was a dick or a bitch right here. Sorry, you guys. It's not nice right here. This isn't for kids anyway. This reading, the Politics card. It's right. Understanding politics and love. They understood that they were wearing their own mask, and they were mean because they weren't awakened to their own energy, their own themselves. They didn't know themselves. Know thyself. It's the most important thing. Yeah, love thy neighbor and know thyself. Yeah, definitely love thy neighbor. I don't care what color they are, whatever they want, unless they're trying to teach your kids really mean things or very adult matter stuff, or then you don't still try to love them, but kind of, yeah, that's kind of a long conversation, right? 9 of Wands, Sagittarius, is what you are hoping for. You want this person to keep plunging or plugging forward, and the Knight of Cups, you're waiting here. You want that offer. In your outcome is Judgment. I have the naked people covered, and here's the angel blowing his horn. He's a cute angel, Sagittarius. I don't like long-haired men that much, but he's pretty cute, right? It's just, I can't help it. I come from a family of barbers. I do, even though I come from the 70s, right, where everybody had long hair. Yeah. Yeah, and so we have the Empress with it and the Moon. This is what we have here. We have 3 majors here. And you're kind of, maybe you're still confused, or you have fears and doubts if you're going to be able to manifest this with this person, or if you're going to have a rebirth with them. You could, right? The Moon, or you ups and downs. One day, oh, they're going to come. The next day, they're not. Could be that energy. And let's see what else we have, Sagittarius. And your person's first card is Tristan. And remember, we see all these cards here. I can never see the front of them, of course. Why would I do that, right? And so I just pull the cards. And for your person, we have pulled Tristan and Isolde. This is the Lovers. This is desire. So, maybe people didn't want you guys to be together. This was Tristan and Isolde were forbidden. Because Tristan was in some type of a tribe that was fighting her father against their tribe, and then he had to lie and act like he was kind of with them, sort of, because he really loved Isolde. He goes, "This war is bullshit. I just want to be with Isolde. I don't care about your killing and your bullshit," right? Yeah. And in those days, it was about power and land, and right, it was. These days, it's still about power and land, and it's about greed and mind effing, yeah, the war, and taxing you to pay for it, of course, right? Here's the Cancer card, Sagittarius, and no comments. Yeah, please don't do that, right? And Sagittarius, the Cancer card. Cancer is subtle and sensitive, yet canny and tenacious. Cancer, we're in Cancer season, and you kind of keep getting this card. This person, I feel like, is coming, or Cancerian energy, this season, this month, right? So Cancer lasts until about the 22nd, I believe. It says right here, yeah. July 22nd. Today's my son's birthday, yeah. And, I was looking at his chart. He has a winter chart. I feel like saying, "Give me that chart." Yeah, give it to me, right? And I told him that. He's like, "Oh, cool," right? And so the nodes are really affecting Cancerians in a great way. They're going to be very ambitious. They are. I feel like it's affecting them in the 10th house of Capricorn, which is ambition, right? But here's Cancer, and Cancer is all about nurturing, of course, right? Cancer is a divine mother. So the mother, is nurturing, supposed to be, right? And also trusting your intuition. He says that. He goes, I just, he had this job offer. He goes, I just kind of trusted my intuition, right? And moving, a big move. So he did. He had to just trust his intuition. But somebody's trusting their intuition about you. They love you. They want to nurture you. And they could have been a real ass, a real snake. We see the really ugly man here. He's really ugly. He is, right? And, he was wearing this little, the mask of the sweet Chinese man here, or the sweet Asian man he was. And why it's all happening for your person. Yeah, and, this Cancer card, Sagittarius, talks about cardinal water has a receptive nature, right? Which is the divine feminine, trusting your intuition, being open, receptive to that, and the instinct to act on emotions. That's what they're doing here. But they're healing grief. Your person is healing grief, and I'm not sure what that means, but maybe they could be ending a situation to be with you, because this is somebody who is acting, I feel like, with according to the north, to the nodes. Yeah, very cool, right? And Cancer season. We're going to end this, and we're going to go to the extended. This is going to be a 10-card oracle spread. Their overall energy is desire. He's hugging Isolde really tightly. He is, yeah. And so we're also going to have a 10-card tarot spread. Thanks so much for joining me here. This is a long reading. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.